Hello and welcome, guys. This is another game. I haven't done this in a while, and it's mainly down to laziness. I am totally to blame for this. So yeah, this is a game. This is not a normal game. This is a game I had a fair while ago. Actually, it was about a month ago, I think. Um, yeah, it was about a month ago. This is against Triangles. Yeah, Triangles. He's cool. He's leaving Pokemon soon, and that's bad. I've tried to stop him, but I don't think he's going to stop leaving. So that's sad. It made me a sad person. Anyway, yeah, this is a game versus Triangles. We were playing Gold, Silver, Crystal, because why the fuck not? I think I can't even remember what happened. We just decided to play games because we do that sometimes. But yeah, this is the game, and oh yeah, I'm not gonna do intros and shit anymore because that's too much effort. I am that lazy. I don't really need it anyway because I'm just that awesome. Anyway, let's go. Let's start this replay. So he leads off with Dave, the Raikou, and I lead off with Fortress, and I don't want to take a Thunder or a Thunderbolt or anything, because Thunder's fairly commonplace in GSC, Gold, Silver, Crystal, because it hits Lax harder, which is fairly important. But he sets up a Reflect on first turn, goes out to Dave. This is kind of disconcerting, how everything is Dave, but whatever. He's got Dave, and I've got Fortress, and he's going to start Seismic Tossing Fortress. I'm going to miss on the first Toxic, because yeah, shit happens. I'm used to it. So I'm gonna get a second toxic. I'm gonna go for the toxic on the second time. And that's gonna hit him, and Reflect's gonna go down. Remember, Heracross doesn't get guts in this generation because there are no abilities. So I'm not scared of a guts boosted Megahorn or whatever. I'm pretty sure I can just toxic stall it down. Bearing in mind my Raikou also has Reflect, and yeah, I'm gonna take only 25% from a Megahorn. If you're not familiar with GSC mechanics, then basically every stat is maxed. There is basically no EVs. Everything is just max, 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 max. So everything's bulkier. That's how it works out anyway. I'm gonna get my spikes down. Also, thing to note in GSC is that there is only one layer of spikes, not three. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep them down throughout the match. And shut up, kitty. And that's my cat. So yeah, I'm gonna show my Snorlax, and he's gonna show Tyranitar to check my Snorlax. Now, I don't know what his Tyranitar's gonna do, but I don't want to keep Snorlax in against it. I'm gonna go to Vaporeon, who I feel can take anything that Tyranitar does. I think Thunderbolt is relatively uncommon. So yeah, Vaporeon's gonna surf and land a tasty little crit on Raikou. That's gonna do crap loads. That's freaking hurty, considering Raikou's a special wall in this gen. But yeah, I'm going to go out to Lax. He's going to use Thunderbolt, which is important. That tells me he's Thunderbolt and not Thunder, which makes sense because Thunder on Raikou doesn't do the 3-hit KO on Lax thing. That's kind of important. But yeah, I'm going to Body Slam Tyranitar switch in. That was definitely important for me because that prompted this line of play where I could attack again. This time I went for Earthquake just in case he decided to switch, stay in even. But bringing in Miltank on Snorlax is pretty good for me because I'm a Belly Drum Lax. But then he crits me, which sucks ass. Otherwise, I would have taken down at least something if he hadn't have crit me right there. So I lost Lax for nothing, which really sucked in my opinion. But I soldiered on. In comes Vaporeon. He sends his own Lax in on Vaporeon, which I find is awkward because, as you can see, as he sends back his Lax, I begin to Acid Armor. If you're not aware of how Vaporeon works in this gen, Vaporeon gets growth. And yeah, Vaporeon is a really solid special sweeper because it's probably the most consistent special sweeper in the gen. Most consistent setup special sweeper, that is, anyway. So as you can see, he's going to set up a light screen here, and I feel perfectly comfortable taking a Thunderbolt and just finishing off this Raikou with a Surf. So now my Vaporeon is a huge threat to him. At the same time, this Heracross is a relatively big threat to me. Megahorn's going to do 26% after an Acid Armor. I'm going to get another Acid Armor off. And after this lefties, I'm going to be on 25%. But I have the HP to take a Seismic Toss, which he's going to go for now. And I can just rest up. So, yeah, my moveset is Rest, Acid Armor, Growth, and Surf. And that kills things. He's going to bring in Tyranitar, and I'm just going to stay in, burn a turn of sleep, and he's going to roll me away. And it's going to show my own Tyranitar, which I feel happy about this, because if he's a raw set, then he's obviously a cursor, and I'm going to overpredict and go for Rock Slide, thinking he's going to switch. In reality, my Tyranitar has Dynamic Punch, which I'm going to go for here, and miss, because I'm lucky like that, and it's going to bring my Miltank in. I'm going to double switch back out to Tyranitar as he goes straight for the Rock Slide. I'm going to take freaking 38%. That could be disastrous, but the threat of Dynamic Punch is going to force him out. I'm going to go for Dynamic Punch again because I kind of have to. And yeah, it's going to miss again because why not? So yeah, Dave the Heracross is going to do 20% to my Fortress, which I could deal with, and I'm just going to Toxic it again. Fortress is hanging in there on barely any health. I'm going to go back out to Miltank because he's got no stab fighting moves in this gen, so all I have to fear really is a Megahorn, and I do have Growl if I need it. So yeah, Megahorn's going to do 42%. I can easily Milk Drink stall that out if I feel like it, while waiting for the Toxic to wear it down. Instead he decides to go for Rest, which for me is my cue to go to Vaporeon and burn a few turns of sleep myself. Turns out that his set is Sleep Talk and he's got Seismic Toss. Now this could be very bad if he lands a Megahorn here. He's going to Sleep Talk again and he's not going to find it, which is good. It's good, because a Megahorn without any defense boosts would have really hurt me. So, I'm going to Acid Armor up. This Vaporeon's really going to terrorize his team, because if I get an Acid Armor up, it's going to be really hard for him to remove. The only thing he's got to remove it at the moment is the Tyranitar, and obviously I can nail him with a Stab Surf, and that would be the end of him. So as you can see, a +1 Surf is going to do 55%, which hurts. That's hurty. I'm going to go for another Growth, predicting him to switch or something. I'm probably a bad player. I should have really just surfed him right there, because now I'm going to take more Seismic Toss damage. But the Heracross is going to go down. And I'm cool with that. In comes this Snorlax. Unless he's a Belly Drum variant, I feel pretty safe. Turns out he's Lovely Kiss. Well, he could have Belly Drum as well, but Lovely Kiss is pretty obnoxious, and he is a Belly Drum variant. But that said, I've already burnt a turn of sleep here. I get to take one more turn of sleep for a Body Slam to do pretty much not in 2-hit KO range, and I can just surf him here as I wake up. My plan was to surf him again, but he's going to Lovely Kiss me as I wake up. So Snorlax is pretty much dead, but at the same time it's got +4, it's got +6 attack, so that's gay. So I just fodder off Fortress because that gives me a free switch to Miltank, and Miltank can kill it in this range with a Body Slam, and it does so. No crits for me, I don't need them. So in comes Tyranitar. I heal Bell up because Vaporeon's asleep, and well, now he's not, but Vaporeon was asleep and now he's not. So Rock Slide is going to do a measly 25%, and that's going to scare out Tyranitar. I'm going to Growl just in case he starts trying to curse up. He doesn't. He goes to Star me, and Surf is going to do, again, 35%, because Miltank is a pretty good tank, surprisingly. Well, definitely in Gen 2. He can take a lot of abuse. And Milk Drink up. Definitely a stalling machine. That's not quite the goal of this Miltank. This Miltank's supposed to be more of a pivot than a stalling machine. That's the role that I want it to play anyway. But yeah, he's going to set up Light Screen. I'm going to Body Slam Power, because that's what Body Slam does. He's going to try and recover Storm me. I'm cool with this because it gives time for Light Screen to go down, well, to wear out. And he's going to go to his own Miltank. And I'm going to Body Slam that. Again, getting the power is pretty irrelevant because this time he's got Heal Bell. Remember, Starmie doesn't have Natural Cure in this gen either, so that Starmie's paralysed unless this Miltank does something about it. which he probably will because now he's paralyzed as well. Yep, there he goes, heal bell. But now I have my Raikou in for free, and his last perks are Tyranitar, this Miltank, and the Starmie. So it's not looking too good for him. I can power him with Thunder. He can power me with Body Slam. He's gonna change tack, go back to Tyranitar. I'm gonna go for Thunder. It's gonna do 38%, which is a lot. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna reflect up because Earthquake is always a possibility, and I can actually survive an Earthquake, bearing in mind he's got no curses. So I'm gonna Thunder, and I'm gonna get a crit, which I guess makes up for the Snorlax crit earlier. But the game is going to go on. He's going to set up Light Screen, and Thunder's still going to do 51% through the Light Screen. That's actually less than I'd expected there. But Thunder's going to continue its reign of terror, and down goes the Starmie, and he's just down to this Miltank, and that's good game. There's no way that the Miltank is going to be able to outstall all 4 of my pokes, and he's not even going to beat any of them because, yeah, this goes on for a while. I should speed this up because it's pretty boring. I'm just gonna, I could rest stall him here. No pressure in this gen, so it's gonna take longer than it would in other gens. But I'm just gonna rest, and then I'm gonna Thunder, and this is basically he's dead. But it was a good game regardless because it's GSC, and how often you get to play GSC? It's actually probably the hardest tier to find battles for. I've also been playing a bit of Cap recently. That the create a Pokemon stuff. That's been pretty cool. Even if the tier itself is a little bit imbalanced, it's cool using just things with weird types and stuff. But it's Gen 5, so it's nowhere near as good as Gen 3 or Gen 2 because they are the best. But I've been having a little bit of fun with that. Made some badass team and did a couple of really good games that, you know, if Pokemon Showdown didn't suck and saved replays properly, rather than having this weird instant replay thing that doesn't let you actually save a replay for later use, then I would have brought you them. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, find a good game, and then as soon as I find it, narrate it on the spot. But that's awkward. By awkward I mean, I don't know what I mean. Is this still going? Wow. Why is he fighting? Oh well. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing Cap, and I've been doing pretty good. Yeah. Not sure what to say now. Looks like Vaporeon's going to set up and growth sweep him, because that's what Vaporeon does. Yep. Good game. Hope you enjoyed the battle, and like, comment, subscribe, do the like, yeah, do the likey business, and look forward to more because I feel guilty for not doing more of these. So yeah, see you later.